Let's take a moment to settle. I'm Sitara, also known as Samantha Faye, leading you through this quantum cash flow experience. We are on day 16. And what a powerful ride it has been. My goodness. Are you feeling the shift? Are you feeling the transformation? Were you able to go through it all at once, or did you have to take some breaks? I definitely had to take some breaks. I was not expecting this to be so igniting towards specific areas of growth, even for myself. So, it's such a joy to be on this journey. Let's take a moment in silence to go ahead and, I say that right as the dog starts barking. Polly, nature sounds. Let's go ahead and set the space, open up prayer, give everyone a few moments to jump on. We did a house blessing and clearing at my new place last night. It was so beautiful. Absolutely so beautiful. And so I'm just basking in that new energy of the reset, the recharge, and bringing that here into our call today as we connect. So let's go ahead and take a moment, take a couple deep breaths. As we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Give yourself full permission to take a couple deep breaths and just let go. Let go of whatever it is that you are feeling that you are holding on to. Even things you're wondering why you can't let go of it, why you can't let go of it. Just visualize, just imagine that thing falling down to the center of the earth away from you. Just see what happens. If you notice that there are still a couple of areas where that thing just kind of like clings on, go ahead and let it go even more. Unhook yourself. Take a couple nice big deep breaths. As you're taking those couple nice big deep breaths, continue to surrender as we allow our brothers and sisters to come back in. Hello, Miss Luana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're here, please let me know. I'd love to know who's journeying with us today. I'm really excited about today's affirmation. Today's affirmation is one that radiates at a very high frequency for me. It is something that I have brought to, is actually my strongest memories associated with this particular affirmation have to do with the first large live event that I led in Reno, my hometown. It really is about claiming your spot and fulfilling your divine potential. Hello from Minnesota. Welcome, welcome. Is that why I keep getting this Minnesotan accent every now and then? So funny when it comes up. It is about claiming your spot. We all have, I believe that we all have in this universe as it shows up for us, a place to connect and a space for us to be as absolutely big and as vibrant and to glow as bright as we are destined to glow and shine and radiate and be. And there's so much of our own life experience that isn't really allowing us to do that here on earth. And a lot of it has to do with the limiting constructs of our human mind and how we have been deprogrammed away from our own imagination. Like, you can look at deprogramming in so many different ways. But if you really bring it back and you really just simply look at and tune into your own imagination, when did you stop using it? When did you start muting it? When did you start shutting it down? When did you stop believing in your imagination? Can you even remember? Your imagination is your most creative power. And I think I'm going to try to say imagination as much as I possibly can on this call, because as I'm saying it, I'm feeling the density that has been buried on top of that particular word. And when you hear imagination, do you almost immediately think that's not real? I can assure you very much so that when you close your eyes and you see what you see, it is just as real as whatever it is, as this lovely lady who we've decided to call Sophia as of last night, that this lovely lady is bringing here into our space. When you close your eyes and you see, this is what happens when we start to activate your clairvoyance and your power of visualization. Your tools of understanding that when you create something in your mind's eye, you are creating. We talked about this on yesterday's call. You are creating it in the fifth dimension. So your imagination is very much real. And that is one of the first things that we are taught as children not to believe in. When we look at ancient cultures, and because I'm from the United States, I think it's easiest for me to pick up on the reference of the Native American Indians. What I would say white people or modern day people would consider to be imagination was so deeply ingrained and interwoven into their culture because they knew it was not their imagination. White buffalo calf woman came to Native Americans sharing extraordinary information, access to higher knowledge, higher consciousness, higher levels of understanding universal intelligence and how it works and how we are all here to ascend and how we are here to anchor such extraordinary divine intelligence here in the third dimension. But right now we are being blocked. We are being blocked in so many ways. One of them being the shutting down of imagination. So let's think about Santa Claus for a moment. We remember being little, and I hope that this resonates with you, but being little and believing so much in the magic of Santa, believing so much in the power of this man to fly around the world all in one night, bringing presents and joy to every single child on the planet, not missing a single one. And there were people in our life who encouraged that and let that belief, let that magic continue to flow for as long as possible. Why do we ever stop that? And if you want to say because Santa isn't real, I beg to differ. And this is why. When you have an extraordinary amount of human beings tapping into the collective unconscious and contributing into the collective unconscious, an extraordinary amount of very similar information that is in the belief of the magic of Santa Claus, that is in the belief of the magic. So here's the thing, is that we are creating on the fifth dimension, collectively, we're creating in higher dimensions of awareness this particular type of magic, this particular type of belief that activates an entire moving, breathing organism that lives inside our own life experience. That doesn't mean that there is literally a man in a red outfit that comes through your chimney as we have created the story to be. Maybe not, but does it mean that the magic of what we believe in doesn't exist? And the imagination of the child, why do parents keep going on with this? because they believe in the magic of what it has done for them in their childhood. So when do we stop believing? Why do we stop believing in this? When I was a little girl, I used to say that I believe in fairies just because it makes life more interesting. And this was before I genuinely believed and understood that fairies exist in this world with us. The amount of magical creatures and magical consciousness that comes through. You think of imagination, you think of Star Wars, you think of Avalon, you think of any of these things that have been written as fantasy. Where do you think those things came from? They came from somebody's imagination. Where do you think their imagination came from? Their imagination came from the collective unconscious. Well, the collective unconscious is multiple dimensions of frequency that we coexist in at all times. So it means that there's information moving through these wavelengths. It means there is information that is moving through the air that we are sitting in together. So when you have people that are accessing and tapping into their own imagination, and this is why people say visualization works. Why do you think visualization works? Because you're tapping into this belief source of magic that you can create and that you can alchemize from the fifth dimension into the third, which means you are manifesting and calling it in. So I want to talk about that. That Santa is not good to the power of belief, because when you find out that it isn't real, that's what we're saying here, is that we need to look at things by means of a higher sense of awareness, because the magic of Santa is very much real. It's very much real. So let's look at it before the moment that you find out that it isn't real. And I remember when my sister found the candy above our fridge that was in our stockings and put two and two together. I remember that moment very vividly. But what happened before that? There was magic. And I don't even want to say was. There is magic. It's there. So when we as children find out that there isn't, in fact, a large man that is dressed in a red suit that can fly in the sky, that lands on the roof and climbs through a chimney, and if you don't have a chimney, he comes through the door. And we find out that that large man in the red suit doesn't exist in the physical world except in shopping malls. Like you said the right words: doubt, insecurities. Doubt is the #1 killer of your potential. Doubt in yourself, doubt in magic, doubt in your imagination, doubt in your capabilities, doubt in your ability to be in partnership, doubt in your ability to succeed in a job. Doubt in and of itself neutralizes, and doesn't just neutralize magic, it completely cuts it out. This is why Roald Dahl says the only people who can see magic are those who believe it. You have to first believe that it exists to be able to see it. And for some people this works backwards. Like, let's say some people don't believe in ghosts, but then they go on a haunted tour and they go, oh my God, that's real. That's real. I felt the hand on my back. I felt something. I felt here. I felt there. I felt this. I felt that. Because it's there. Because it exists. It's here. It's a part of our world. So when you look at doubt and you think, okay, well, doubt is the killer. Doubt isn't the killer. I'm sorry. The lies of what we were told are the killer. It's the metaphor of being able to look at it. And let's drive this home a little bit further, huh? We talk about the second coming of Christ. We as in Christians. I was raised Presbyterian. I was raised in the Christian church. I have stepped away from it a bit because even by my own family, I have been rejected as a psychic because the psychic inside the Bible is seen to be unreal or maybe threatening to the doctrine of what Christians have been reading through the Bible. So let me break this down a little bit. And this is something that is definitely maybe eggshell territories for quite a bit of people and is going to evoke some sensations, and that's okay. But here's my perspective. And I'm going to say this is totally my opinion. My opinion, my perspective from my life experiences. I have felt the energy of Jesus Christ in a worship, is that what they call it? Just worship in church? I have felt that. I have cried. I have had my heart open. I have felt the power of God in the room. Undoubtedly so. I have also had to try to mitigate and minimize my natural mediumship abilities so as to not be ostracized. And when I got to a point of being able to accept myself and accept my gifts and accept my abilities and not just accept them, but learn how to use them and learn how beneficial they are to helping people, helping understand emotions, helping understand energy. And once I started tapping into that, my consciousness started to expand and I learned to love myself in all aspects of myself. Under the organization of the Christian church, I was not allowed to do that because of what it says in the Bible about psychics and prophets and that sort of thing. And I don't claim to be a prophet. I just know that I have extrasensory abilities that are turned up pretty high and that I continue to encourage. So, when we talk about the second coming of Christ, it's similar to that in the idea of Santa because we're looking at the energy and the magic of the belief system. So the energy and the magic of the belief system is a metaphor. I personally, believe that the light workers that are here embodied on this planet right now that are learning to do the miraculous healings that Jesus Christ himself was able to do is a representation of the second coming of Christ. That we here collectively are able to tap into the frequencies that are still made available by Jesus Christ as an ascended master that is able to connect with us, that is able to mentor us, and that is able to bring light and illumination to the heart of our own capabilities of what is being anchored on this planet as heaven on earth. So the metaphor that I'm saying is similar to that of Santa is that is there going to be a man that shows up on this planet claiming that he is the resurrection of Christ? Maybe, maybe not. We haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to throw it out the window. I've seen some weird things. But what I am going to say is that as of now, the people that are looking for that, the people that are looking for a man to show up on this planet that is the resurrection of Jesus Christ may be missing that it is already here. Through the illumination of the Christed light consciousness that we all have access to by opening our hearts. And I'm not saying opening our hearts as a cliche Valentine's Day term. I am saying opening our hearts by means of accessing the conscious understanding that is within our soul, to allow our soul to mentor and guide our human egoic consciousness, that as the limitless capacity of our soul continues to encourage and nurture the growth of understanding and expansion of our own egoic consciousness, we will be able to see that we are capable of so much more than we have ever been taught to believe we are capable of within ourselves. This is a part of what I am talking about when you look at the childhood programming around imagination and when it gets deprogrammed out of you, because imagination allows us to see the world in metaphors, because I can guarantee you right now that nothing is ever as it seems. Nothing is ever as it seems. I trust that you are giving yourself more permission to open up to your imagination now. I trust that you are giving yourself the freedom to expand in the ways that when you were a child, you unconsciously bound and tied to get your parents' approval. If you ever had an imaginary friend, you're a medium. Hello. Hi. You have the ability to communicate with spirit outside of human form. That's what that means. The general consensus of this world says that if you have an imaginary friend, you're a little cuckoo. You're not. You are a medium. You have extrasensory abilities. You have the ability to communicate between dimensional realms. It is a profound and divine gift that can help an extraordinary amount of people when you learn how to be able to move through the energy that is working with you and for you. The illumination inside of your heart is whew. If we want to use a word, we can say holier than holy. It is. It is. You are in divine union. With the most holy of purest light. This is your innocence. Nothing in your world, nothing in your life, nothing that you have ever done and nothing that has ever been done to you can ever take away any value of your own innocence. Ever. Never, 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 never. If you had an experience of rape or molestation or abuse in your early years, I'm sorry to bring those words into this cast, but I think it's important that we do. Your innocence was not taken from you. You buried it. You unconsciously buried it so deep inside of yourself that it would not be seen again, so that you would not be taken advantage of, so that you would not be put in that scenario, so that you would not be in an experience that would cause you any harm ever again. Unconsciously, your egoic mind protected you. It's time to restore that innocence within you. And to restore it doesn't mean to repair it. It means to bring it out because it is whole. It is whole and it is pure in its most divine form. There is nothing that anybody, anything can do in this world or in other worlds that would destroy innocence. Although there is energies and there are people on this planet that have tried, it doesn't happen. What does happen is it creates a belief that innocence has been taken. It creates a belief that purity no longer remains, because that's what we've been told, but that is not true. It is not true. You get to claim what is yours in past, present, and future. Your divine sovereignty cannot be mutilated. It cannot be manipulated. It cannot be contorted, except only by the willingness of your own mind, your unconscious mind, and your egoic awareness that is trying to protect you. That's why we look at protection as an illusion in and of itself. Because when you are truly aligned with the purity of whatever you want to call it, Mother, Father, God, Source Energy, Sophia, Christ Consciousness, the universe, the source of all that is, the oneness, at the core of your very own existence is a frequency that is so pure. It is the absolute frequency of unconditional love. That means under no condition is love withheld from you, which means you in your most pure form exists always, at all times, and always has. It has not gone anywhere. It is your mind that has placed it somewhere safe. Now, with this information, you get to consciously choose when and how you reconnect with the purity of your innocence. It is there for you always. Always, 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 always. How are we feeling, team? Breathe. Stay in this space, stay in this field. Let's go ahead and invoke the energy of Mother Mary. And the way that we invoke her is just simply ask for her to come to be with you. You can go ahead and rub your hands if you want to. Place your palms face up. Asking for the guidance of Mother Mary to be here with you. Asking for her to hold you. Asking for her to see you. Asking her to acknowledge your wings. I believe that if you are here, you have been in the angelic realm. If you are receiving this message today, you have wings that live here with you in your multidimensional self. That in some cases it is important to repair your wings, to dust them off. Mother Mary is here to help us do exactly that today, to rebalance, to heal, to nurture, to recalibrate, to activate. Go ahead and take a moment to just continue to feel that. Feel the sensation. Feel the movement that is happening right there in the center of your own heart as your wingtips are activated. Maybe your body temperature is rising. Maybe you feel movement or tingling. Wherever you feel it, this is perfect. This is ideal. Allow it to continue to happen. Allow it to continue to move through you. Allow this energy to continue to wash over you in a state of so much grace. So much power, so much wisdom. Feeling a sensation of unconditional love washing over you. The beauty of these sensations is that they are real. They are taking place in your multidimensional self, meaning your auric body, your spirit. Your spirit is much larger than your physical body. So your physical body is actually living inside of your spirit, your entire energetic form. And so as Mother Mary or any other ascended master that you choose to work with that is able to offer you healing starts to work with your spirit being, your spirit body, you will start to feel very gentle and subtle sensations on your physical body. You might feel tingling around the head, you might get goosebumps, you might start to get really hot. For me, my kundalini starts to activate, my whole body, like right now, my whole body temperature is getting really, really warm, really hot. This is the movement of energy through your physical body. Now, your physical body is made up of a bunch of living cells. Each and every single living cell inside of your physical body has a consciousness in and of itself. Every single skin cell, hair cell, heart cell, whatever they are, blood cell, they all have a consciousness to them. So as you activate these, the consciousness of your awareness from your spirit being, your spirit body connection, it will open you up into a new way of understanding the grace within your own heart. And as that continues to happen and as that continues to unfold, you will recognize who you are in such a way that you have never seen yourself before. For me, this is part of the reason I'm going by the name Sitara. When I started channeling light language, and that was activated for me, it came in clear. For me to be called Sitara. And as I'm shifting, going from the name Samantha and Sitara, it's a really beautiful transition because what has been happening is I'm recognizing that I am no longer Samantha, and I am not Sitara. I am actually the vastness of the space in between. And the vastness of the space in between is undefinable by the awareness of my egoic consciousness. And so as I spend more time in that space in between, there's a wild unknown that continues to open. That continues to show me the capabilities of my divine and true self as I explore it in such a way that I have not yet been able to. And this is the curiosity of the never-ending expansion that is available to you when you open the consciousness of your mind and you are willing to believe or you're willing to learn that what you have been taught is not true about yourself, about this world, about how these things work. And so if when you were learning about matter and solid, liquid, and gases, and you learn that even in solid materials, depending on the density of those solid materials, they would sink or float in water or salt water or whatever the solution was. But when we think about materials, physical solid materials being movable atoms and the energy of the space in between, if your mind stopped there, I encourage you to open it up. How is that? Why is that? What does that mean about the third dimension? What does that mean about solid form? It's not so solid. When my great-grandmother passed away, I was crying on my bed, as you do, in grief, missing her, letting myself feel what I needed to feel. And she came to me through my ceiling, which is not unusual. I've seen this many times before. But how and why do we think that's possible? How is that possible? Because I can promise you that wasn't my imagination. The thing about imagination is that there's a part of you that decides. There's a part of your egoic consciousness that decides where to encourage the energy and attention to go and flow. Imagination, yes, can also be created from the subconscious mind, meaning that you may or may not know that you are choosing to create it. I've also seen this with angels and guides as I started channeling them about 10 years ago consciously, and started to be able to see again that they were moving through physical things, physical matter. So what's going on in the space between the atoms? The short answer is that information is being transmitted. So what do we do with that information? How do we open that information up? How do we start to see that there is more for us? In these experiences in which we have allowed our mind to stop. When you don't want to go any further, open up. Allow curiosity to be your guide. Allow curiosity to open your field of awareness into a new mind. And that's what brings us to our affirmation today. I fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. This means you are choosing to open up all cylinders, to get all cylinders firing in what you are capable of doing as a human being in this world to fulfill your potential. And when we talk about potential, I don't want to talk about potential as in like an entrepreneurial, motivational speech sort of way. I'm quite literally talking about the vibrational frequency, the vibrational radiance that your soul has the capacity to reach as you're embodied in human form. That potential, that vibrational potential, will open up a myriad of possibilities that leads to your golden life. Your golden life is ultimately what leads to the amount of prosperity and abundance that you need, the resources to be available for you to be able to embody that full potential. So it is all wrapped up. When you give yourself that permission, and I keep saying give yourself permission because you have to choose. You have to use your free will to choose that you are going to embody the expansion of your own sovereign divinity, that you are going to fully step in to the lighted heart, the lit heart, the illuminated heart, the most gracious heart that you can experience inside this human form. This is why we start with releasing grudges from family members. This is why we start at the baseline of some of the healing things that we have to do to soften the egoic consciousness to be able to receive this information now. Because if you're still stuck in victim mode, and if you're still stuck in pain, and you're still stuck in the story, you're still stuck in these things, you're not able to access and start to climb the ascension escalator in this way. It will only get you so far before you find those limits, and that's what happens. And I'll speak for my own personal experience. That's what's happened for me in Quantum Cashflow. I start to lead these things, and what happens is my energy field expands until I find those limits. Oh, there's limits. Okay, let's grow. Let's grow. Let's neutralize. Let's unhook. Let's start to shift some things so that the movement of energy starts to become more clear. But what happens in that expansion, again, is that we find the limits. If you stop there, you are doing yourself and the entire world a huge disservice. This is why, sorry, the internet cut out. So if you're watching the replay, we just jumped from, whoa, quite the tangent to me gone. All right, let me recenter and find where it is that we are at. You're here. You have purpose. The expansion in your own heart has the potential to serve an extraordinary amount of people. You stepping into your full power isn't just about you facing the fears of what that means. It will show up in your capabilities and your capacity to be able to help people. The key is learning to help yourself first. The key is learning to sit with yourself first. The key is learning to be with yourself first. These other experiences will open up. If you ever get to a point where you think it isn't happening fast enough, practice patience, because it is coming and you are doing an extraordinary job. So when we talk about this experience of fully committing to the potential of your own divine purpose, it is an agreement that you make with you in the center of your own heart. Because when you make that agreement with you in the center of your own heart, the amount of support that you will receive from the beings that are assigned to you to help you, which I also believe are emanations of you, as we talked about in day 14, this is extraordinary. This world, this life that we are living is extraordinary. Do not let the programming that you were raised in define your future. Because so far, all of us are guilty of that. I don't mean to say that as like a guilt thing. It's that we have all believed what we have been told about ourselves by people who we look up to, love, and admire and respect, because that's what they were told. We are here to break the mold. We are here to create a new earth. We are here to create a new life experience for humans on this planet. We are here and willing and able and excited to offer so much more to this planet. In your open, glowing, illuminated heart that feels safe to express, that feels safe to communicate, that feels brave and courageous, so much more influential than you have been taught to believe. This world needs heart-centered leaders. Look at the examples of leadership we have on the planet right now. Ay caramba. I believe I am a heart-centered leader. I believe I attract heart-centered leaders. I believe I attract budding heart-centered leaders. This is the path of ascension. And when we talk about ascension, it is vibrational ascension, increasing your vibrational awareness. And how you do that is through opening your heart and expanding your egoic consciousness to understand more of the complexities of the universe with your human mind. The things that are stopping you from being able to do this are eating processed foods, certain types of prescription medications, birth control, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, weed, any substance that distorts your reality. The things that purify your reality and support this ascension are whole fruits and vegetables. Yes, you can eat whole fruits and vegetables and sustain and live, because the bionutrients, the phytonutrients that are in, it's the bioavailability in the phytonutrients. Bioavailability is the life force energy that is in these plants that we eat, in fruits and vegetables that are available to us when they are raw. When they are cooked, they break down. So this doesn't mean, I'm not saying go immediately to a raw food diet. Give yourself the space and grace to start shifting in that direction. Start eating less meat. Start eating more fruits. Start eating less grain. Start eating more vegetables. Start shifting yourself into the diet that is going to help support your physical body. The medical medium Anthony Williams has a lot of resources on how to clear and purify your liver. Our liver holds so much resentment, pain, grudges. Oh my gosh, our liver is like the storage of our emotional dump as well. If we are not giving ourselves the chance to free and purge that out of our own body, we're not giving ourselves a chance, really. So this is mind, body, and spirit. So when we talk about mind, the things that are blocking you are what you're choosing to believe. Doubt, self-punishment, insecurities, blame, guilt. These things that run around in your mind and create new frequencies, new vibrations that emit those particular wavelengths. TV, news. Pay attention to the diet that you are consuming through media. Subliminal programming in mainstream pop culture is widespread. Widespread. Tell me why The Weeknd won awards at the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards when his songs are about doing narcotics and sleeping with prostitutes. Now, if that's your life path, go ahead and choose that. No judgment. But my point of that being is that why was that the winner of Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards? Look at our mainstream culture. Look at what is happening. Pay attention. You are smarter than you have been programmed to believe that you are. You are extraordinarily intelligent. You are brilliant. You are creative. You are expanded. You are whole. You are innocent. You are pure. You are the embodiment of illuminated consciousness. There's no other reason you would be hearing these words right now, sitting here with me, however you found your way to this message. Because this message is for you, to help remind you of your divine potential, to help remind you of your divine fulfillment, to help remind you of how you see yourself in such extraordinary and illuminated light. That the power of your divine potential has no choice but to blossom in wholeness. It is your birthright to do so. It is what you are destined to do. We are here on the journey together, experiencing it step by step in this beautiful school called Earth. Such a powerful opportunity we have to be a human. And you did not get here by accident. Well, this was a power-packed conversation. Let's go ahead and do the affirmations here. I fully commit, and we have the lesson here too. I didn't read the lesson, but the lesson is over here on Instagram at the Monad Society. A couple extra slides to reaffirm the affirmation so that you can understand it, conceptualize it a little bit more clearly. Let's go ahead, practice, use the mala for our mala practice. Just feeling the energy of the space. It's so beautiful today. All right, ready? And you can say it out loud with me. You can write it in red. You can simply just sit and receive. Just feel the sensations that are moving through your body as we chant this. fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. This one is a little bit long, but we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it all the way. I fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I fully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. Let's say I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to the divine potential of fulfilling my purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. I willfully commit to fulfilling the potential of my divine purpose. Allowing yourself a few moments to receive. Let's go ahead and simply sit in silence here for a few more moments with each other, soaking in the energy of this space. And allowing what can fall away to fall away. Go ahead and just soften. Allowing the energy that has moved to simply soften. yourself to feel free, allowing yourself to feel light, allowing yourself to just simply move and be. The expansion of the multidimensional awareness that you are continuing to attune yourself to. I want to very gently and kindly remind you that we are having our third deep dive transmission. So if you're following along with these live, you are welcome to join us. It's going to be this Sunday, Pacific Standard Time at 5 p.m. First two deep dives have been absolutely extraordinary. So if you're enjoying this practice and you want to take it deeper, you want to go into your subconscious, rearrange a bit of what you can rearrange. I encourage you to take the opportunity to do so. But now as the energy is flowing, it's a beautiful time to do that. And if you're watching this on the replay, long after the live series has ended, the recordings of these transmissions are still available to you. You're welcome to find them in the description of any of the videos. I encourage you to go deeper with this. I encourage you to reprogram and allow yourself to open up into the expansive universe, multiverse that we are living in. I encourage you to explore as you are safe to do so. There's nothing to fear. Remember, it already exists anyway, so you might as well become aware of it. Allow yourself to float in that space and the expansiveness, connected to our community, knowing that you are not alone as you journey. We also have a full moon coming up. The Moon Club is a very simple, it's an entry-level offering that we have. It's $18 a month. You can also find it in the links in the description below. The Moon Club link will bring you into that. So we're having 2 live transmissions this week. The Moon Club session will be Friday, Pacific Standard Time, so you're welcome to tune in. If you join now, you still have time to jump in with us live then. And then simply to plant a seed for you as well, I lead a metaphysical club, which is an advanced level psychic development training. It's an ongoing course. As I evolve, we evolve, and we just keep going. So I do encourage you to do this course, maybe even the 7 weeks to embody your higher self, a couple of trainings before getting into that one, because it is one that will catapult growth in extraordinary ways, and it is important that your energetic field is capable of jumping into that with us. So breathe. Breathe, breathe. And thank you, Francisco. All of your comments, all of your shares, saving this video into your watch later, subscribing, doing all these things in the digital world, they help. They help a lot. They help circulate this to people, bringing this to the forefront of the algorithm and all of the things. So as you feel called, please do share, please do comment, please do like, go and watch all of the videos, even just, turn them on and leave them running. Let them influence the energy of the space if you are not able to sit there. That also helps to bring things up and moving, helps the popularity of the channel. A couple digital logistics. Thank you for listening to them. little things. So all of your help, all of your guidance, all of your support is welcomed and received with an open heart, with the trajectory and the direction that I'm choosing to go in and to continue to moving forward in a really powerful and profound way. I have learned to put down my Wonder Woman cape and receive any and all help, support, and guidance that is available to me to be able to continue to offer these services to a lot more people. And so every contribution, every course you purchase, every donation you send in, every subscribe button you click, every like button you click, every comment you make, it all supports, it all helps. Thank you. Every prayer you say in my direction in silent meditation, I receive, I adore, I appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's offer gratitude and appreciation for Jesus, for being here with us, sharing space in this transmission, as well as Mother Mary. So gently and softly cleaning and repairing our wings. As we continue to choose to go out there and do this great work. You're so beautiful. You are so deeply loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do hope to see you in our live Zoom transmissions soon, either in the Quantum Cashflow or in the Moon Club. Please join us there, and I will look forward to journeying even further with you. Rest well, my friend. Drink plenty of water and listen back to this as many times as you'd like. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our connection here is very much complete for today. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you.